What's up, guys? This is Frenzy. Welcome back to Viewer Castles. So today we're going to start off with someone who submitted the challenge. I've said people have been able to do that to get my level a little bit lower and make it a little bit more fair for the other person. So I'm going to try it on my knight. I should be level 15 effectively, and we'll see. Alright, so fulaq. Let's see what you have here. Alright, so he's on shield, and these guys are a heal. Okay, so this is a good time waster. I almost think that maybe if he was on bodyguard with the bone puppeteer, it might make him last a little bit longer. That's something that you can test, because this is taking me a while. I would run through it on your hero and kind of time it, like maybe you have a stopwatch on your phone or on your computer or something, and you can, start your stopwatch, run through here, and see how long it takes you to beat that guy. Or even you can use this, because we still have a couple days of this left. So you can use that to see which one actually takes longer for you, and generally it's going to take longer for other people as well. Test it, 4 or 5 times just to see, and you can get that, ironed out. This one's good. You have the Defendatron on the Jimbo, and it's a small room. And also, oh god, I was talking, and not fair, Alright. Okay, so, yeah, you, what was I even saying, because now I don't remember. Oh yeah, that's a small area, and the Ballista Trap, the Ballista Trap is a good space control along with Jimbo, right? Because you have to be constantly moving around, but you have to stop and attack him after the Jimbo is, like, swinging. So, it's good to have a Ballista Trap like that with a small area with Jimbo. Hope that made sense in between my screaming that I was dying to the Stairmasters. Alright. By the way, the Stairmaster pull was good. That'll kill almost everybody every time when they get caught by it. I shouldn't have gotten caught by it, but, things happen. I've actually been getting caught by those a lot more often lately. This is a good pull through the wall. This guy's a little out in the open, I would say. You need, if you can, like, move him, because, I mean, I think the Snotter was in group with him. So, like, why not have him on the other side of the wall, right? There's no reason not to. But, like, beyond that, the Puppeteer is kind of weird there. The Archer and the Skeleton Archer and the Zeke don't really have enough hit points to sustain heals for too long. They might eat one of them, but I don't think it'll keep them alive for that much longer. I'm not sure what you could do differently. I don't know. I don't know what else you could put in there that would really work. A bad dog would kind of just run out in front and stuff like that, so... I mean, it's okay to have him, I guess. Like, I would prefer a dampener or something like that, but you don't have those at your level yet, so... Alright, the Scorpio... I almost prefer the Scorpio to be one of your longer pulls. I guess you had one coming up through the back. I just like the fact that he can pull you through multiple groups like that. But I guess the Zeke is okay as well. You'd have a Scorpio and a Zeke, and that's pretty good. Oh my god, I'm gonna get pulled again. Okay, but this one, well, I'm gonna get pulled into the boss room. I would like it if the Stairmaster could actually hit me. Whereas, like, if he's either in front or behind, like, back towards here a little bit more, after I fall down, maybe he hits. I should really, like, focus on what I'm doing until I'm alive and then talk, but that's okay. I've already died once, it's fine. But I mean, yeah, once you get caught by this, it's kind of obnoxious, right? So that's good. I think the boss room is good. The pull is working. I'll take a look at it again just to make sure of vision and stuff like that. A lot of the times when I'm talking about a room like behind me, I'm not watching in front of me, I'm like looking back there, so sometimes I don't notice, the placement of everything until after I spring the trap, kinda. So let's take a look. So I'm walking in here, and I see it like right as I'm coming around this corner, or if I hug this wall I see it really easily. There's not much you can do about that though. I mean, boss room traps like this are kind of hard to pull off. Just because it's a wide open area, and it's easy to get sight of the trap beforehand. I think it's fine. Alright. So yeah, not too bad. I don't get any loot. We'll jump into number 2 in just a second. Alright, for number 2, another challenge. We have biaxident. So already the castle's going up towards the top, so I kind of dislike that, but we'll see if it turns. And you can see why I dislike that, right? I can see things from miles away, right? Everybody should be, you know, saying stop with the broken record stuff at this point. I mean, I've been saying this to everybody who really has their castle starting off going upwards. It's just, it's too easy to see things, not denying enough vision, etc, etc. Alright. The group itself is okay. I like the Cyclops with Smash. You can stack those together pretty nicely. I think this guy was on heal, so that's good. I do think you're kind of almost lacking a trap right here. Like, I almost prefer this Ballista trap here, but then I have to see what's coming. Yeah, I mean, this does make me want to fight him right around this area, because I don't know what's coming until I see him here, and then by then it's a little bit too late. So, I mean, I do like the Ballista trap here. And then if I go too far, I pull this, so it does add a little bit of DPS while you're trying to kill this guy. He has his area of effect skill. Unless you use that somewhere else in your castle, though, I would almost prefer him on Long Shield or Bodyguard on the Healing Puppeteer. Alright, so this is kind of a decent time waster, I suppose. Stacking stuns may be a little bit too much, but, I mean, because you do get stun immunity after, like, one of them hits you or two of them hit you or something. But it's not bad. Alright, so lots of hunger bots with this. Oh, and I pulled 2 groups there. That's gonna be terrible. Well, it looks like I thought I pulled 2 groups. Okay, there it is. So, a problem that I've talked about before as well, let me try to heal before I die, is the fact that if you have 2 groups being pulled, you want them both to do a lot of damage. You don't really want 2 groups that are tanky. Or maybe you would, well, I don't know, because you have a pretty good damaging group with a lot of Cyclopses. It's reasonably good. But then you have this guy who, like, I do understand he walks very, very slowly around here, so it does buy a reasonable amount of time if I aggro this group first and I wait for it. But what you're almost trying to do is, if people don't want to wait for it, then I start to go in more, and I aggro more groups, and you kind of want to punish someone for that, right? So, and also the Spike Trap probably won't hit anybody. The way that you had these... this aggro group set up with the hunger bots, I don't think you would be far enough down to get pushed back on top of it. If you wanted, you could like move this back into the corner more. Maybe. I'm not sure exactly how you have it set up, if there's some reason that you can't do that. And then the spike trap would be a little bit better. But yeah, I mean, the long distance that he walks around is good. The problem is, it's not really any damage, so pulling 2 groups in that circumstance isn't really dangerous at all. So for someone who, if I were to run your castle again, I would pull that entire room and just take it down. With like a volley if I was an archer, or with a knight, I mean, I would eventually DPS it down. A knight is a little bit less important to do what I've been saying about that. And I'm just like letting these guys get healed, because, you know. Alright, so the room here, you have the Defendatron. I don't remember exactly what ability he was on. Maybe he was on like anti-volley or shielding a Bone Puppeteer or something. You have a few too many Bone Puppeteers, I would say. You have too many support units in general in this group. The only damaging unit is the Cyclops. And then you have 2 Bone Puppeteers, a Bad Dog, and a Defendatron all supporting that one guy. I would say maybe remove parts of the support. You could do just like the 1 Puppeteer and the Bad Dog and add in another Cyclops or something like that. But I think that would just be better, in my opinion. Although the Defendatron is not too bad. I mean, it helps to add a little bit to that fight, to make it a little bit slower for the person. Alright, so we have... Okay, so he's on the shield. I guess that's okay. I like the Robo-Shieldatron on the shield ability more than the Defendatron. I think Defendatron plays the like tank for one unit role a lot better than the Robo-Shieldatron, whereas like the Robo-Shieldatron by itself is so tanky that the shield goes off multiple times during its life. Whereas like some people will be able to two-shot a Defendatron or something. I can one-shot them, but I'm saying some people because I have some of the best gear in the game for my level. You know, I've seen level 30s that have less DPS than my archer, so I would say that most people would probably only two-shot a Defendatron. This group is fine for time wasting, I think. And then we have the boss room. And the boss room, this one I don't really like, simply because of the fact that I mean, it's not bad. I'll say it's not bad, but the main thing that I dislike about it is that you have two units that are made to do damage, and one unit that's made to be tanky. So you're kind of mixing the like use of your boss room, right? You have 36 points in one area of your castle. You want to either make it super tanky or super damaging. So like, you know, go crazy with either tanky or go crazy with damage, right? Like this combined with a Zeke or something, I would like a bit more. Although a Zeke, I don't know, maybe not a Zeke, but you know, maybe if you were defending the Zeke or something. It does make it pretty tanky because I have to eliminate this guy, and he's on the area of effect thing. Like, that's one thing that I do like about this. It's not the worst boss room in the world, and I think I've seen someone else using this that I did in Viewer Castles, and I commented basically the same way, where it's not a bad boss room. I think that... I don't know, it's not terrible. But if you were going for, like, time wasting, I would say like 2 Defendatrons is good as well. Well, no, I don't know. This is a pretty good time wasting boss room, and it does have a pretty decent chance of actually killing someone, so I'm okay with it. If it's working for you, I'd say I'm okay with it. If you're not noticing people struggling at all with it, then I would switch it out for something either more damage or more tankiness, I guess. So yeah, we'll jump into number 3 in just a second. Alright, and lastly we have Stealalot, castle level 27, so this is going to be pretty difficult, 3 levels over my castle, or over my hero, I mean. I might not be able to give the best advice just because I'm so low level, but we'll see. I mean, I can already say I don't really like Jimbo like this. He's going to be on the, what do you call it, this specialization. And you can see he's not really ever really getting up to me to do damage. I took almost no damage there. And that's just how it's going to be almost every time. I don't think Knights are going to take all that much either. And I mean, the shields do absolutely nothing against Knights. So, personally I like the over-the-head smash with Jimbo, and I don't really like Smelly Warriors in general, but it looks like you're making a little bit of use out of them. So we'll see how they work for you. I do like the archers, and I even like maybe the combination of Smelly Warriors with archers, because they're trying to tank for you and stuff like that. But I don't think there's enough damage here. I mean, it's a level 26 unit, it should do more than 100 damage to me. I think their damage is just a little bit low, to be honest. Right, like I can stand here and tank this guy and it's really not a big deal. Alright, so again with the Jimbo thing, I think that Jimbo is just a little weak on the specialization, and also he's a little, like, weak in general when not combined with something that can add to his life expectancy, I guess. He does do 500 damage. I mean, I'm not saying that it's not a good amount of damage, but the problem is he's going to drop a health globe a good portion of the time. Like, this group will drop 1 health globe almost every time, and they won't do enough damage to really make it worth, you know, the health globe. Also, they don't buy all that much time either. Alright, so I do like the Mega Button, and I like kind of how he flanks and stuff like that. That's neat. I don't mind getting pulled there. Alright. The group itself is good. The room is a little bit big for Mega Mutton, but I don't hate it that much. I use Mega Mutton in this room as well, although I've been meaning to kind of switch out the room because it's kind of a very small area. Like, you don't waste much time going through this room at all, especially if it goes straight down and through like this. It's a good placement on this. The problem is if I do hug this wall, I can see these Stairmasters. If you can get them to work the same way while moving this back like one hex, it would be a little bit better. Okay, and then here come the explodifiers, which are just so obnoxious to deal with for me. Although, I don't know why he... Oh, he's stuck. So this guy gets stuck, so I mean you want to change that. Move him away from the trap more or something like that, so that he actually can walk around it. Because that made it a lot easier for me to deal with. And the Cyclopses on this specialization, at this level, hit from miles away. Like, look at that. That is insane. And they do 1,000 damage. So I love Cyclops on this level. And with this specialization. I think it's almost the only specialization to use at this point. Because they get so good. Hit from so far away. It's a pretty good time waster, and it has a good chance to do, like, decent damage as well with the over-the-head smash like that. Alright. Oh, this is gonna be good. Oh, he misses, though. So you want to fix that up a little bit. And now I have to try to be 3 levels under and kill 2 groups without dying. This should be fun. Still alive. I got this. If only I had mana. If only I had a potion. Alright, well I died. That was pretty expected though. But yeah, you want to fix it up so that your charging Pete Poundmore actually hits. And this guy is just healing up Pete Poundmore like you wouldn't believe. I'm gonna probably die again. It's really obnoxious for me to deal with level 28 creatures at level 24. So I'll get through this eventually. There's not really going to be much for me to say until I get through it. I should see if maybe I can set up a challenge with people that are higher level than me so I can actually complete their castles on kind of an even footing. My gear is high enough to do castles like this. It's just the level, the way that this game works is if you are plus like 2 to 4 levels higher or lower than a creature, you either deal extra damage, take less damage, or, you know, the other way, they deal more damage and you deal less damage. Which is kind of silly. I mean, it's not really gear related, hardly at all. Obviously gear helps, but it helps more if something's, you know, your level. Alright, so let's continue. Alright, this isn't the way, so your dungeon's gonna start to go... what? Oh wait, I'm a little confused. So this is a dead end. But this room only goes one way, right? I'm reasonably sure. So is this entire thing skippable? Because if that's the case, that's pretty bad, especially like at your level and stuff. It can't be skippable. There's too much that would be skippable in that point. Hold on, guys. I'll find out what's going on in a second. Oh, I feel like that's really bad. That's so many of your groups that's skippable right there. Yeah, I don't like that at all. I would say that's #1 thing you should change. Like, so much of your dungeon skippable. If I run this again, I could almost probably get through it, even being 4 levels under. So, I mean, if you're facing any losses, I would say that's the #1 reason. Is if people just decide not to go down that route. Like, yeah, it looks like you should go down that, and probably a good majority of people do go down that, especially at your level, because people aren't, like, expecting you to, you know, design your castle like that. But there's no harm in retrying a castle if you fail it the first time. So it's just kind of taking time out of people's lives, but that doesn't really do anything for you, really. I guess you can kind of giggle that somebody didn't make it in time and had to run it again, so they waste like 15 minutes instead of 7, but personally I don't think that's worth it. Yeah. This is... I don't know if this is set up well, because I did get hooked by this, but then I didn't get hooked onto this trap. I'm not sure if there's something that you can do, but at this point now I'm able to... I'm able to see everything, right? The vision is a pretty big deal after this point. Not much you can do about it if you want to go up, you know, up that corridor there. But if they don't get hooked by this onto this trap, they're probably gonna have an easy time at this point. Like, I probably won't die for the rest of this long corridor. As long as this pull keeps going up towards the top, I probably won't die, because it's just too easy for me to see things coming and dodge. Like, I could wait until this hook comes and dodge it halfway. But this one might hit me. Nope. Alright. So yeah, you notice how easy it is when your castle starts going upwards for me to actually get through this. Even this one, if, you know, he's not close to me, so I can do a headshot on this smelly warrior before he even gets close enough to start his shield, or before he aggroes and starts his shield. But like I've said before, I don't really like smelly warriors just in general. I think this is probably one of the best specializations for them, just because they don't do much damage either way. I mean, the overhead smash, the delay isn't really worth it in my opinion. And the resurrect thing is just terrible, I think. I think it's bugged now, somebody said. I've never really played around with it because I didn't like it, but... I'm gonna kind of just try to lure this guy away from the healer. There we go. And I'll let this guy hook me just to kind of speed up the process of getting through his castle. Alright. Well, it looks like the healer died anyway. But that's a good group. Mega Mutton plus heal combo is fine. The room that it's in, it could be a little bit smaller, but I think that's okay. And tell me this is not 3 level 28 Scorpios. Oh dear Jesus. Help me, please. Oh, it's an explodifier. That makes it so much better. Oh, and there's a healer too. Oh, guys. This wouldn't be so bad if it was my level. I don't think. If I can kill off this explodifier, I'll finish it though. Use the skeletons kind of as mana. I could actually use the explodifiers as mana. The little bombs. Because auto-attacking them would get me mana as well. So I can just kite this forever. I actually almost think that the explodifier is bad in this position just because I can do this. It's kind of exploitable on the attacker's part, although this is gonna suck. Alright. Just because the bomblet guys will allow me to gain mana while I'm killing these guys. But I thank you for doing that, because I would have probably quit if it was like 3 Scorpio level 28. Now the bomb guy died, so I'm out of mana. Which is the main problem with kiting Scorpios to begin with. You have to try to like sneak in auto attacks, and with the bow that I have, it's kind of lower range than like the ballista, for instance. Alright, there, one of them's dead. Now if I can just not die, I should be able to dodge this for the next few minutes until this guy dies. But yeah, it wasn't like a terribly, well, it wasn't the best castle because of the fact that you had half of your castle that's skippable, and then so many smelly warriors I feel like is a little bit of a waste as well. Definitely the skippable part though. I mean, I'm all for unique designs with different creatures and stuff like that and testing stuff out, but being that half of your castle is skippable and it's only going to work once, it's a complete one-trick pony, like, if I fail at the amount of time, I can go the right way the next time and make it through pretty easily. So with that, that's number 3, so we're going to end the video here. If you guys enjoy what I do, please subscribe, leave a like. If you want to be a part of Viewer Castles, you can email me at frenzycastleruns. You can comment on my castle or on one of the videos for Viewer Castles. And you can also add me and create a challenge if you're lower level and you want to do that. So with that, we're going to end the video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.